Hey guys, what's up? This is my first video, and as you can see, it's kind of mediocre. I don't really have like a whole lot going on back here. You can see my dog, you know, but that's fine. Like, we're just gonna work with it. A little friend decided to join me today. Yeah. So we're gonna try to cover that, and I'm gonna do like a New Year's Eve glittery eye for you. So we'll see what we can get going today. Let's just get to it. So we're just going to start with the Benefit Porefessional and prime our face because it helps to make sure all your pores don't look like they're large and in charge. And then I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs foundation and just start dotting it kind of all over my face just to get a little bit of coverage before we start with shadow, because the shadow tends to have a lot of fallout and it's just easier to brush away later if we start with this. And then taking my diamond sponge, I'm just going to go ahead and beauty blend all of that foundation into my face. So yeah, basically the key to using a beauty blender or any kind of thing that's similar to a beauty blender is just patting the foundation into your skin so you get a flawless finish like so. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to our eyeshadow primers. I'm going to use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion and then just like a glitter glue basically to put on top. So once you have the primer on, you're just going to take the glitter glue and focus it really right on top of the eyelids where you're going to have a lot of that chunky glitter so you don't get a bunch of fallout later on and it'll last all night long. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I did it anyway just because that's me. Now moving on to the eyebrows. This is always the fun part. I'm taking the NYX Tame Frame pomade and just focusing it right where you would want your eyebrow hairs to grow, making it look a little bit more natural, and then flicking it at the beginning just to make it look like you have hairs there rather than like a giant square. And then there you go. There's your finished eyebrows, looking real flossy. Here's a full picture of it. And then we're going to move on to eyeshadow now. So I'm taking my Morphe 350 palette and some tape, and I'm going to put the tape in the corners of my eyes. That way you get a really nice and precise line whenever you have your eyeshadow, and then it makes it really easy to do eyeliner later. And then we're going to take a nice fluffy brush and this kind of creamy vanilla shade mixed with more of this caramely kind of color. We're going to use that as our transition shade and focus that really above the crease just to kind of give it a nice soft focus whenever we're doing the different kind of darker shadows later. So just go ahead and keep buffing and blending that in until you get like the desired transition shade. Next thing I'm going to do is just take this orange shade and pop it into my transition just to warm it up a little bit because it makes it add a little bit more depth and looks really nice. And then unfortunately I lost the clip for this because my camera died. So all I really did is took a gray shade and popped that directly into my crease. And then here I'm just kind of blending it upward so we don't have any weird harsh lines. Then go ahead and feel yourself. Just get in the moment, groove. You know, give yourself a little break for the makeup, and then when you're done with that, rip off the tape, and then take a silvery shade, and, you know, it has to have a little bit of glitter in it, because that's really what's going to make the lid pop. I use my finger, because it's just easier to get better color payoff that way. And just kind of dab, 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 all that, all over your eyelids. And then take a more frosty white shade, like this one. You guys can literally take any shades that you have around the house, but this is what I used, and I just kind of topped that off lightly, just to make it pop a little bit more, make it a little bit more dimensional, and give it more of like that wintry wonderland kind of vibe, you know? Yeah, you know. And then I'm taking the Revlon Photoready Eye Art Pen, and I'm just going to take the glittery side of it and put that right on top of the silver shadow that I put on my eyelid before. This is really what makes it sparkle. So if you're like in the light and stuff, you're going to see that really pretty sparkly color that, you know, everyone usually wants for New Year's. And then dry it, and that's your look. And we're going to move on to some more foundation. So pop that all over your face, just like that. And then blend it in so you can get another flawless layer. And dance around, because you can. And yeah, just keep doing that. Feel free to go ahead and blend everything out. Make sure it looks nice and even, how you want it. This is how I ended up getting mine to look. I was pretty happy with it. And then I curled my lashes, getting them ready to pop on some falsies. We're just going to move right along to our contour now. And I'm using the NYX Wonder Sticks. I'm using the darkest shade that they have. And then I start by doing my cheekbones, underneath my lip to give it more of a full appearance, underneath my nose, and then after that I'll go ahead and work my way up towards my temples. And get the other side too, just to make sure everything's nice and even. And after that, you're just going to go ahead and do your jawbone like so. I think it always looks nice to have a nice chiseled out jawbone. So now I'm going to take the Real Techniques flat contour brush. The number is 301. I just picked it up the other day and I definitely recommend it. It's an awesome brush for patting in your contour. So yeah, I just use a combination between pressing it into my skin and kind of like sliding it, I guess, sweeping it, whatever, doesn't matter. Just go ahead and make sure that's all blended in. Make it kind of look like your natural definition to your cheekbones, along your temples, your jawline, everywhere that you put that contour shade. Just go ahead and blend it all in. I think at this point in time, like a hair flew in my nose or something. I wasn't feeling that very much. But now we're just going to move on to concealer. I'm using the Naked Skin. It's pretty dope. It's pretty sheer. So if you don't have crazy bags under your eyes and you just want something to brighten, this is pretty great. So go ahead and put that under your eyes. I usually do kind of like a triangular shape. And then go down the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. And then I just go ahead and blend that out a little bit. I use my brush first. You can use pretty much any brush, usually a smaller one works the best, and I just kind of blend it out a little bit, and then later you'll see that I go in with my sponge and I really pat that into my skin just so it gives it more of a flawless finish, because I notice with the brush it tends to kind of leave me a little bit more streaky, unfortunately. So now one of my favorite parts is taking this Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder and going ahead and putting it under my eyes and anywhere else really that I want to bake. This stuff is awesome, especially if you have oily skin like me, because my stuff tends to slip and slide all over my face and that's never fun. So now I'm taking my Too Faced Sun Bunny Bronzer and I'm just going to go ahead and top off anywhere that I had put my contour. And basically what this is going to do is just kind of brighten up anywhere that you wanted that sun-kissed kind of look to be. And then it's also going to keep it from melting off of your face later, because like I said, I have oily skin, and if I don't put powder over things, it does not last very long. So this is definitely going to help keep your makeup look nice and fresh all day long. So yeah, brush it all in, and then you are good to go. Alright, so for this part, you're just going to go ahead and start baking underneath your contour, and then brushing away any other of the baking that you had under your eyes, on your nose, your chin, and any other place that you put the contour. And then this is me just acting a fool again. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so now I'm just going to throw on some NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner. You guys can use whatever eyeliner you have or prefer. And I'm just going to go ahead and wing out my eyeliner like so. And then after that, I'm just going to go ahead and finally dust away all of the baking that I had underneath my contour. And this is just me showing you both sides of my eyeliner. So yeah, just keep dusting all of that away. And then you're going to go ahead and move on to the white eyeliner. I think this one's by like Rimmel or something. But basically all I'm doing is making a mini wing underneath the black eyeliner that I already had on. So go ahead and do that under both sides. And then make sure that they're nice and even. You don't want the white eyeliner to go all the way to the end of your black wing. You just kind of want to connect them partially like so. And that's how it should look whenever you're done with that part. And afterwards, I just went ahead and cleaned up the white eyeliner by taking my black eyeliner and then underlining right underneath that and connecting it back to my wing. And afterwards, just taking some more of that gray eyeshadow and starting to smudge it underneath my eye. And now I'm just taking the glitter that I used earlier and popping that right underneath my eye as well, kind of placing it on top of that gray that we smudged underneath. I said that really weird, sorry, smudged. And now we're taking the Frosty White shade and popping that on our inner corners. This kind of gives the look a little bit of a pop. And then after that, we're just going to move on to dusting it underneath our brow bone to make our brow kind of pop a little bit and also makes your eyebrows look a little more lifted. And finally, we're moving on to the eyelashes. So pop whatever dramatic falsies that you have on, and that is your finished look. Wow, this was so much harder than I expected it to be. So yeah, this is the finished look, and I'm sorry this is so obnoxious that I'm holding my camera right now, but it's gonna die for like the 30th time while making this video. I'm just gonna hold it and try to like make this quick and say thanks for watching if you did decide to watch. I know it was kind of all over the place. It's the first time I've made a video, but I'm really proud of how this look came out. It was fun. I mean, it was definitely a little bit of a challenge having like really bad lighting, and the camera kept dying, so that was a big issue. But if you guys want to see more videos, like, you know, subscribe and then tell me like what you want to see. I would love to take on new challenges and like see what I can do. It's fun. I love makeup, and I don't know, I like recording. I kind of suck at it, but you know, there's a first time for everything. So thanks for sticking with me, and if you want to see more, then just let me know and I'll do my best. Bye guys!